as I understand it, there's a fairly large Arab population in Brazil.
Yeah, especially from Lebanon.
Okay. How much did you have exposure to that growing up at all?
A lot, man. I mean, in Brazil we have everything. You know, I have friends, Jew friends, and Arab, and you know, a lot of Europeans. You know, we have the biggest Japanese colony outside Japan, in Sao Paulo. You know, my family came from Europe. You know, after
Germany,
the war.
right?
Germany and Slovenia.
Okay.
My wife's family came from Italy. You know, so it's a lot of mixture there, and you know, not only the people but you know, the cultural stuff like food and the type of religion and
huge
stuff.
African,
slavery, you know, was huge in Brazil in the 1800s. So we have a lot, especially in Bahia, which is state more the northeast of Brazil.
Yeah, my mom's been there.
Oh yeah. So there, you know, a lot of the culturally musical ideas and you know, colors and stuff came from Bahia. You know. So Brazil, it's very mixed. You know, we have racism there, of course, but it's a different racism. I think it's more like a economical racism, poor or rich. You know, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, or gray. You know?
It's interesting. My mother's from Puerto Rico, and there's racism there, but their idea of
race
of black and white is a little bit different. It's hard to explain, but a lot of people who came from Puerto Rico to the mainland here, they didn't understand, because you see a lot of families, the whole spectrum. You know, you could have cousins who are black. You know, my brother is you know, looks like that, and here it's just black white. You know, and they couldn't really grasp.
Yeah, what is what?
Right. It kind of turned the whole world
Brazil,
inside
there's
out.
a lot of mixture of racism. Since day one, when the Portuguese came, they were very different from the Spanish. You know, because the Spanish, they didn't want to mess around with slaves or Indians and stuff. The Portuguese people didn't care. You know, they stick their dick anywhere.
I just read the book on Magellan's. I didn't realize he was Portuguese. Magellan, the explorer.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce his name in Portuguese. He actually sailed for Spain, but which was a problem for him. But ended up.
This is the difference about, you know, Spain went there really to, you know, they decimate fucking the Incas, the Mayas and Aztecas and stuff. They didn't care. You know, the Portuguese, no, they tried to. I mean, to convert them to Christianism and stuff, and you know, they really didn't care. They had sex, and they
enjoyed
really
the food,
enjoyed the food and stuff. You know, and I guess you see the difference a little bit. You don't see black people in Argentina, for instance. You don't see it. You know, it's
true.
Crazy. You know,
it's true. If you look back at the video for Territory, it's impressive. But one thing that stands out about the video is the band did not, in the imagery or the lyrics, take a stand one way or the other. If you look at the video, it sort of equates the people on all sides of the Palestinian-Israeli situation, and you can see the band in different scenes trying to relate to different people. That was kind of a bold move at the time, I would say. What was it, do you think, that gave a little more sensitivity to taking a broader view to that situation?
This is taboo. This is the taboo, you know, that, like not having the freedom to talk about this kind of subject, you know. I mean, we were talking about territorial conquest and war, not specifically about Israel and Palestine, you know. Because you see here, the English came and the Americans invaded the Indians, and they, you know, and then, you know, the south of the country, you know, the Alamo battle and stuff, all for territorial purposes, you know. Hitler and the Nazi, you know, conquest of Europe, Napoleon, you know, and you know, the Roman Empire. You know, it's like the whole history it's made
Mongols
by
too.
Yeah, exactly. The Portuguese going down and the English Empire going everywhere. You know, so but we were very fortunate and lucky to have a brief moment of peace there during the Clinton years. You know, like we went there like in 1993. You know, it was very quiet and stuff, so we could go to Israel and do that, you know. And and this is the actual problem of the world, let's say, you know, this conflict. You
A
know,
microcosm.
there's the Arab world and the fucking, you know, the Jewish world, which is, you know, supported by NATO and all that crap and stuff, and it's and we were there, like, you know, on the living problem, you know. It was very exciting, you know, to be there.
You were there
in Israel.
on the.
Yeah, like on the was alive, you know.
Okay, okay.
Was alive. Like Alamo today is a museum.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean.
It's
Okay.
like-
Yeah. Right. Right.
But we were there, you know,
Right.
like, you know, the stuff was like, you know, building the fucking wall and all that. It's insane, you know. It's really insane, and you know, it was cool that we made there to make that point, and you know, we weren't scared, you know, to talk about. I mean, we are, but we shouldn't be, you know, and really to express, you know.
It came across very non-judgmental, very, very
Yeah, because it
impartial.
was not a specific topic of their problem there, but more in a human
Right, right.
type of, you know, now we're trying to conquer Mars, you know, the moon and stuff, you know, it's like, if they have some aliens there, we go there with atomic bombs and stuff, you know.
Let me ask you this. I spoke to you in 2006 and 2009, and in 2006, it was December, the Democrats had just won back the Congress, and you were happy about that at the time, and you said that people around the world and people in Brazil and around the world very much follow American politics because it drastically affects them, whereas here we're very insulated from outside views. Now we have the internet, you can get on BBC, you can get Al Jazeera, you can get all sorts of stuff, but the media here kind of shuts that out. Where are we now from your perspective, since the Bush administration, now a few years into a new administration?
Yeah, I mean, the Bush administration was a disaster, you know, for humanity. I mean, in every aspect, you see just like bad feelings and animosity and hate towards Americans and intolerance and, you know, terrorist attacks and wars, you know, fucking insane, you know. So it's very difficult now. I mean, Obama, he does have like a more positive image, you know, around the world. He went to Brazil to visit Brazil. He was treated like a fucking hero, you know. And that's how bad was Bush.
Right.
And not because Obama is so great, you know, because the previous government was really, really bad, you know. It was really, I mean, Bush was not welcome anywhere, you know. Although we have, like, you know, all the anti-Americans protests every time and stuff, generally he was much, you know, very well received and talked to a lot of people. He was, you know, he's a nice guy and stuff. And hopefully this will help, you know. Now Obama is talking about the Israeli-Palestine conflict again, you know, talking about that Israel should respect the 1967 borders and stuff, which I think is impossible, you know, right now to do that. It would be great for the Israel part to do that and respect that and start to build from there, you know, like respectfully for both nations and have real perspective of peace, because without Palestine being a country, there's no way, you know, you're gonna have peace. You're gonna be living in a ghetto, like the Jew people lived in the Nazi regime. You know, they were in ghettos. You know, that's exactly what they're doing to the Palestine now. You know, but it's cool that Obama touched the subject again. You know, because we have the tendency to forget and all that's the way it is and stuff. At the same time, you see Israel like being participating in a world community in sports, in football, in Olympic games and stuff, with their flag and stuff, and you know, Palestine should have the same rights, you know, at least, you know. So it's good that America is touching the subject, because without the United States, you know, there cannot be any development, you know, around there.